So let's talk about somebody who's not having any trouble selling their vision and technology, and that is apparently NVIDIA. We always like to end on a few lighter things. So we have three short hits here, or
Yeah.
well, two short ones and a maybe an interesting one. But the first one is NVIDIA. NVIDIA has now become by valuation the largest company in the world. And my only question, I mean, I guess I'm a fan of NVIDIA. I mean, I respect what they've been doing, but I sit here and say all the AI hype, all the AI hype aside, do they really deserve to be the biggest company by valuation in the world? I struggle with that. If I look at, there are some of their competitors who have such a much broader footprint in terms of impact and volume and just producing real stuff. I just no disrespect to NVIDIA, I just really struggle with whether or not they deserve this valuation. So I don't know what your thought was.
Yeah. So I looked up NVIDIA's price to earnings ratio this morning, and it is 68, meaning the price of their stock is 68 times their annual profits. So basically, market cap is supposed to theoretically, from a finance perspective, be a summation of the future cash flows of a company. So you are betting that NVIDIA has in its future 68 times its annual profits for this year. And to do that, you have to sell more than just a chip. You have to sell an ecosystem, and you have to have a plan for, honestly, this kind of order of magnitude growth that Apple has been fantastic at. Apple has a device, of course, but there's an entire ecosystem around Apple that justifies expanding past 10 or 15 times price per earnings. So that's what people are saying, whether they realize it or not, when they're trading NVIDIA stock. They're saying NVIDIA has this next generation story for revenue, for stuff that they're going to sell that is going to be buku bucks and way more than what they are selling now. I find that story difficult to justify at this point. Am I going to buy software from NVIDIA that is 3 times as much as the amount that I'm buying chips for? It's like, that's kind of what you're thinking.
Yeah, no, I like I said, I think they are overvalued and overhyped right now, and that is not to diminish the long-term potential. I think there's no question there's a ton of runway left here. But as we started the show with, there's still a lot of mixed signals, a lot of question marks as to how this ends up manifesting. Certainly wouldn't expect any short-term impact, but to your point, that whatever it was 68 times, that's buying out a long way, and it's hard to see that far out. So
Mhm.